love. This is my first episode. My name is Janet and I am part of Crowning the Bee. You might be wondering why I'm wearing this headpiece. My family has special requested that no hairs get in their food. So I decided to purchase this headpiece because my hair is getting kind of long. So for today's recipe, you will need the following ingredients. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am welcoming you into my home, into my daily life, and tonight I'm preparing food for tomorrow. Right now it is 7:50 p.m. and I just did a little prep work with my management team, who are 9 and 11-year-olds, and they're helping me in the background. Thank you, management team. Today we're gonna be cooking a dish that I am pretty much making up as I go. And I like to do that. I like to be creative in the kitchen. So to start off with, we're gonna have our chopped chicken that I've already chopped and remove the fat and chopped into small pieces, because my goal is to make some tacos for tomorrow. And I keep thinking, how do I marinate it? So I would like some pineapple juice, because pineapple juice, from what I've heard from my family, marinates and softens the meat. So we'll see if that's true. My kids will be the judge of it, and my husband and me. So let me try to open this. Do you need help? Oh, I'm good. So, as you can see, I am just pouring, and it's about halfway through. And then to that, I want to add some salt and some granulated garlic salt to enhance some of these flavors, because I'm going to tell you about a sauce that I'm going to be cooking to go along with this meat. So here is some kosher salt, Mediterranean sea salt apparently, and I'll take some granulated garlic, which my management team is helping me with in the background. Thank you. And as you can see, I'm just seasoning, and this is about 3 medium chicken breast. So we'll see how it turns out. You know, anything with love always turns out good. And I'll take some pepper. And I'm so excited to share my kitchen with you. I've been wanting to do this, but I've been a little bit nervous, to be honest. All right, so we're gonna set this aside and I'm gonna mix this up momentarily. But in the meantime, I wanna show you the sauce that I'm gonna be cooking. So I'm gonna be leaving this marinate with all these seasonings that I just put in there overnight. And then in the morning, when I wake up, I'm gonna press record again, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next, because I'm gonna strain this juice. But to be continued. For now, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make the sauce. I'm gonna start off with a pot that is halfway full of water. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab some chiles de árbol, because we're just gonna make this taste amazing. Chiles de árbol tend to be really spicy. I buy my chiles de árbol at like Mexican grocery stores, and I'm gonna put about, mine are a little crumbled, and I buy them toasted. It'll say chiles de árbol tostado. I buy them toasted, so I put about 2 to 3, because that's more than enough, because I want it to be flavorful and still spicy. To that, because like I said, I'm kind of making it up as I go, I'm gonna add I'm thinking 3 jalapeno chiles. These, in my opinion, tend to be a little bit more flavorful than they are spicy. And finally, the other ingredients that I'll be adding, as you can see, I like to recycle containers and then reuse them, repurpose them. I'm gonna add about 3 garlic cloves. They're small to medium ones. And about 1, 2, 3, 4 chiles California, and a 1/4 chopped onion. And all of this is gonna be put and boiled overnight. So I'm gonna boil that, and then this is the sauce that I'm gonna be using and making in the morning to flavor the meat. On the side, one of my favorite things to do is to, I'm trying to get the word right. I don't know. Oh no, I forget what this is called. This thing, you can chop anything really finely with it. I think it's called a julienne, or I may be wrong. Anyway, that's what I use to chop these purple onions, or red onions. I call them red onions. And they're just purple onions, see? And I just I'm letting them soak in water to kind of get the flavor I like to use the onions as a topping, and so by julienning it, if that's how you say it, and adding and letting it, pretty much we're making pickled onion. And this is just about 4, let me get it right, limes. In Spanish, you can refer to lemons with the same word, so I get confused sometimes. And to that, you will be adding the yellow jalapeno, and I just julienne that as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of black pepper and let that sit in the fridge overnight. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of oregano. It's gonna give it some awesome flavor. And you just like need a little pinch of the oregano. I'm gonna mix that up. So here's my oregano. And watch how much I use. Like I literally got a little pinch. And I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna crumble it on my hand until it's tiny little pieces, because we want to get a slight flavor of it. So let me show you what it looks like once I'm done. See, that's what it looks like. Little powder. And I'm gonna mix all that up, put it in the fridge, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning when I'm making the sauce. Welcome back to How Do You Love? And it's the morning and I've pushed play. So as you can see, we have the boiled chiles that we boiled with the garlic and the onion. And you can kind of see like the texture of them. I boiled them for like about an hour at low, medium heat. And then I turned them off and I left them on the stovetop overnight, and that's how they soften. Some people like to just boil them for 15 minutes, so it's completely up to you. I've completely removed the liquid from the chicken and I put it in my crock pot. I'll be using a crock pot. However, if I were coming home from work, then I'd probably be using I like a really old 10-year-old steam cooker, that pressure cooker. It's an electric pressure cooker. And I know that now there's like instant crock pots. So if you have that, I would use that and kind of play it by the ear until the meat softens. So now I'll be blending the chile that's gonna go with the chicken, and I'll be flavoring both primarily the chile, and then once it's at its halfway point, I'm gonna put it on for like 7 hours because I would like for it to be really soft. Once it's at its halfway point, and you season to taste. So far I've put granulated garlic and then a little bit of salt, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic salt, and I'm gonna under season. That way when, some people say I don't under season, that way when I'm tasting it at the halfway point, I can make any adjustments that I want. I'm using the Vitamix. Again, I have really classical, ancient items that I use. So I like to blend it for about 2 to 3 minutes so that the sauce is doesn't have any chunks or pieces. And I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna be cooking it again for about 7 to 8 hours, and then I'll be back. Welcome back. So I have been cooking this meat ever since 8 in the morning, and it is now 5:30. So that's about what, 9 hours and a half, something like that? And so look at how amazing it looks. So I've decided, since I'm the creator of this recipe, that I'm gonna call it Pollo Adobado, because it's so thick in consistency and I didn't add that much liquid. It was amazing. So now I'm gonna make the taco in front of you, and I decided to use a small flour tortilla because they're my favorite. So now I'll put the meat, as much meat as you'd like. I like it with plenty of meat. So that's what mine looks like. And then to that, I actually strained the onions with the lime juice, and this is what they look like right now. And once I strained it, I seasoned it with a little bit of salt. So you want to season to taste. And then that's what I'm going to use as a topping. And I'm going to be honest, I'm just using what I have in my kitchen. I was thinking that maybe I could have made like a salsa or something like that, but the meat already comes with the salsa, so I didn't want to be extra. I wanted to celebrate the flavors in the taco already. And this is my finished product. Enjoy. Tacos Adobados.